affect the cortex. Monoparesis of the leg. Crural means leg, brachial means arm. Has to be below the cervical enlargement or in the cortex. So these are pretty, I think these, after having gone through the somatosensory stuff, you should find this to be pretty easy at this point. Facial weakness. Yeah, facial weakness. What's going to happen here? Bell's palsy, trauma, some form of, yeah.
So in this picture, the face from the other side of the brain, that part and the arm being affected too, right? Another side of the brain, the full face.
So in this, only half the face is being affected.
But it's the top part as well.
The whole thing.
Okay.
Okay? And there's a good reason for that. The problem is in the nerves leading to the face. The problem is after the signal is leaving the pons. So let's see if I can. So the signal kind of comes down like that. I'm drawing it simplistic, okay? But from the other side, so we're going to synapse here and go out. We're going to synapse here and go out. Then coming down from the other side, we have this. Now, if the problem is here, you knock them all out. They're all gone. Make sense? Cool. Facial nerve. Yeah, the facial nerve is feeding your whole face, motion-wise. Oh, facial weakness. Lower motor neuron. Yeah. Upper motor neuron. Let's go back. Lower motor neuron is down here. Upper motor neuron is up here. So we can have a discrete problem in the cortex. We can have a discrete medial problem in the internal capsule. In theory, you can have this extend lower here. Okay, if it's medial along this way and it's discrete, meaning it's small, you can still affect the face. Upper face unaffected because of this branch. This, yes, brachial diaparesis. Central cord syndrome, anterior cord syndrome, bilateral carpal tunnel would only affect the hands and wrists. Disc herniation. This should make perfect sense to you. Okay? So, bang. I don't know what else to tell you about that. While you have many complicating causes, all of the problems are in one small area. Now let's go back. Anterior spinal artery bleed. Sure, it's got to be the anterior. Can't be the posterior. Posterior is pretty much going to knock out somatosensory tracts. Paraparesis. Cord problems typically below the cervical enlargement. So you can have damage anywhere from there on down. You could have bilateral peripheral nerve problems. Highly unlikely, could be. Cauda equina syndrome is going to be right down here. Tumor, trauma, duh, sure. Broken back, tumor along the back. Disc herniation. Yep, you can have a disc herniation. What kind of herniation would that be? Lateral, posterolateral, posterior? Central, which would be posterior, right? Central, sure. Let's go with central.
It's a thigh and
So it's you're referring to as central. It's fine. I have a problem. Is that posterior?
sure.
Is it anterior?
Anterior should be. Anterior is posterior, not out of the sensory, you just said.
It's got to be. If your disc has an anterior herniation, what's going to push on? What? You were shaking your head.
Something this way.
There's nothing. It's going to push on nothing.
It's nothing.
This central lesion, this central herniation is posterior. This is posterolateral. If this is posterolateral, this is posterior posterior. So, they all push out towards the back and the side. And that's the back, your back is your posterior.
Oh,
So-
yeah, right, because it can't push in that front.
No, it can't. Well, it can, but it's not going to have anything to push on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. Guillain-Barré. Guillain-Barré. Please. There are a couple sentences in your textbook on Guillain-Barré. We are going to be coming back to Guillain-Barré several times this semester. So. Quadriparesis. You can have this central bilateral problem, meningioma, central bleed, cerebral palsy. These things can contribute to this bilateral loss of function. With cerebral palsy, it's very common to see both legs affected. And it's usually due to problems in the central cortex, this middle central area, medial area. Quadriparesis, pretty much a massive global cortical failure, some sort of lesion, typically bleeds, but it could be a massive tumor, it could be a gunshot, it could be all sorts of things. Other than that, you are going to see problems in the cord. The cord problems here are going to have to be at and above the decussation, typically. If it's below the decussation, in theory, if it's a transection and you're still at the cervical enlargement, you're going to lose everything. But typically, it's at and above the decussation. So you shouldn't lose just peripheral nerves. The way this is shown down here is a little bit confusing, because if you lose this here, all of this is gone as well. So I don't know what else to tell you about that one. Yeah, that's it. Oh, your friend, the spinal cord. Yay! We never looked at this. I'm not holding you responsible for it. It's in the textbook. I don't know, you might have looked at that in lab, I don't know. I hope not. Did you?
No.
Good. Well, somatosensation. We're done with the easy stuff. Now we're going to get into the crazy stuff. Oh, look, there's a thalamus. Wouldn't that be a fun thing to label? Yeah, it would be. All right. Dorsal column. What somatosensory senses are in the dorsal column?
Vibration.
Okay. It's one. Okay.
And proprioception.
Proprioception. All right. And we all know what proprioception is, right? Ooh, that's the question. What is proprioception? Are you going to volunteer?
Oh, sorry. Doing it.
You're doing it.
Yeah. That's how I remember it.
How do you remember it? So,
By closing my eyes and going in my hand.
so tell me what is it? What is proprioception?
I have sensors in my muscles and my joints that tell me where my hand is and my eyes are closed.
Yeah, it's knowing where your sense of body is. Okay.
So that would get screwed up when you drink and then like cocktail the other.
Bingo! Yes, that's what gets screwed up. Kids going through adolescence and they're growing and they keep banging into things because they forgot where their limbs were. So yes, so that's a. So next time officer stops you, say, "Are you checking my proprioception, officer?" And hopefully they'll just say, "I am," and then start a whole new conversation, and they'll let you go. So, good luck with that one. I almost got to stop once. I used to be a little wilder looking than my hair was not as kind as it is nowadays. And I used to have a kind of a scraggly beard. And I had a cop pull me over once for speeding. I was. And he took my driver's license and he was gone for the longest time. And he came back and hands me my driver's license and says, "You are so lucky Charles Manson's still in prison or else I wouldn't let you go." I'm going, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, apparently he thought we looked alike. So, proprioception. Oh boy, cell bodies. Gotta know where they are. This decussing point. Gotta know about it. 1 cell body, 2 cell bodies, 3 cell bodies. Yay! Sounds like a Sesame Street thing.
Wait, can you repeat that real quick?
Sounds like a Sesame Street thing.
No, not
1 cell body. The count counts neurons. 1 cell body, 2 cell bodies, 3 cell bodies. Okay? Yes. Oh man, that's my next book. Sesame Street does the nervous system.
You probably make a lot of money with that.
Yes.
So one in thalamus, medulla, and cervical spinal cord. I mean, no, I'm so sorry. I'm also looking
Where is cell body number 1?
at.
Cell body number 2? Caudal medulla. Cell body number 3? For all of our purpose, for all of our somatosensory stuff, the only one you have to worry about is number 2. Because number 1 is always in the dorsal root. Number 3 is always going to be in the thalamus for our purposes. Okay? Yes?
So if you were to say like nucleus,
Cuneatus?
would that be a wrong answer?
Oh no, that would be a perfectly good answer unless we were talking about the gracile fasciculus. in which case nucleus gracilis